Hey y'all, this is Ray with the Love and Light with Ray show, and I just wanted to get on here briefly. I'm glowing, y'all see that? But anyway, I just wanted to get on here briefly, real quick, to kind of just talk about how the blessings of God don't always come the way we want them to come. So, what I mean by that is we expect for things, no matter what we say, oh, we know we got to go through trials, we know we got to go through the hard times. We really do expect for things to be kind of easy, because when they aren't easy, we get upset, we get frustrated, we question God. Like, if you believe in God, which you should, but if you don't, we question God, and we're just kind of like, well, God, like, where are you? Like, did I do something wrong? Like, what happened? And I'm to the point now, I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I'm almost happy when trials come. I'm almost happy when trials come, because I know that like something really, really, really good is about to happen. And the only reason that I'm going through these trials, not that God is causing them, but He's allowing them, is because something good is on the other end of that. If I can just continue to believe, continue to have faith, continue to know that He loves me. And I'm saying me because I'm talking about me, but I'm talking about you too. Just continuing to know that no matter what you're going through, God is still there. God is still with you. God still loves you. And in fact, we can talk about Job, because in the Bible, which I believe in the Bible, but in the Bible, the whole book of Job, God asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? Now, Job lost a lot, and Lord knows I'm not trying to be like Job. First of all, I don't. You can keep that kind of faith, God. I got enough. That's where I'm at with it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't need all of that. I'm gonna use what I got, my mustard seed faith, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. But he goes, have you considered my servant Job? And Job lost all this stuff, his kids, his land, everything. Even his spouse was like, why don't you basically just curse God and die? His spouse. That's deep. That's a whole nother thing. But and all of that, he thought highly of Job. Like, I know Job loves me. I know Job is a man of faith. And I know that all these trials that I allow him to go through, he's going to pass these tests. And he did. And he did. So, like, I just said that to say, like, I am to the point now where I get happy. Like, so I'll use my example. This is really like the first time I'm putting it out there. I've been going through it for the past 2 months, and it's okay. I can put it out there, but I'm going to word it carefully, because I believe that life and death is, in fact, in the power of the tongue. So I'm not claiming anything, and I'm not even like, I know that this is just a test. This is just temporary. And I cannot wait. I can wait. I have to wait. But I'm excited for the end result, to see what the end is going to be, because I know that it's going to be good. And it took me a while to get to this point. But anyway, so I'm going to give my testimony in the middle of my test. So I moved to North Carolina, and I'm like, I got my kids out of New Jersey, which is a huge step for me personally, for my own reasons. Just wanting a better environment for them and everything. I took a sacrifice. I came to North Carolina, and I left my kids back there with their grandparents and their father for like a month and a half. And I was going through it, y'all, because I have never been apart from my parents. I've never been apart from my kids. for that long time like that, and I was like 700 miles away, right? So but I was staying focused. I'm like, this is the sacrifice. I just do this month and we'll be back united and we're good, right? So anyway, so my 8-year-old daughter returns. I fly in to go get her, fly back, and maybe within like 2 weeks of her being back, us being back reunited, I'm working, I'm out and about traveling. I live in North Carolina. I was in South Carolina doing some business, and I get a phone call that my baby's eyes are rolling in the back of her head. And I'm like, literally got a client with me. So I'm like trying to talk my oldest, my teenager through it, like what's going on, call the ambulance, and I'm an hour and a half away, and I just went crazy. So long story short, because I know I can be long-winded. Long story short is that I went to the hospital, Children's Hospital in Charlotte, the Levine Center. I think it's the Levine Center, and they just first I went to the hospital in Shelby. Let me tell you something, y'all suck on the internet, on social media, whoever watches this, y'all suck so bad. Like, I don't know, like, what's wrong with y'all. What's it, Atrium Healthcare? Y'all suck. And Shelby, can y'all get your life together? But anyway, like, y'all suck. The ambulance came to the house and they were like, oh, it's probably a nightmare. Y'all suck so hard. But anyway, they didn't really know what to do. They just really didn't do enough. So I said, okay, well, we're going to take her to Charlotte. Took her to Levine. They were a little better, but it still was kind of like, like, it just wasn't satisfactory for me as a parent. You know how we get, like, you're going to take care of my baby. So I packed my children up. We got in the car. I drove all the way to Philadelphia, to the Children's Hospital. And I was like, you know what? Whatever I need to do for my child, I'm going to do for my child. I just told myself for real, but anyway, that'll be another another video. That's why that long pause. I'm like, anyway, so I only been here a couple months, so you'll be all right. So Lord. So anyway, so I drive there, and that's when they diagnosed my daughter with epilepsy. And she's been a really healthy child, all her life, like a really healthy child. So, and she's 8 now. And to me, that is just like, there were different things that I've been through in my life where, I've been through domestic violence. I'm pretty open and vocal about that, how I've been through that, because it's something that I've, for the most part, healed from. So I can talk about it now. And even if I am not, I still have some things. I know that by me telling my story and me talking to people, that you guys, girls, whoever is going through it or anything similar or is trying to heal from it, are going to be able to be helped by it, by me being open. So, but I'm pretty open with, that stuff. But just anyway, so like, I'm like, I overcame that. I overcame different things, and I'm like, at one point, like, I really said out loud, I'm like, the only thing that the enemy can possibly get me with is my kids, because I'm not going to let finances get me, because I know that God always has me. Even if I don't have what I want, I know I got what I need. And if I don't, he's going to provide it. So you can't get me with finances. I'm not materialistic. As far as like my marriages, like, he attacked my marriages, and I'm like, you know what? You can't get me with that either. Because like, you just can't. Like, I know that God has me. I know what I deserve. I know who I am. I know what I give. So you can't attack me with that. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, even with being transparent, at one point, like, I was drinking a whole lot, trying to cope with things that I was going through, and overcoming that. I'm like, you can't touch me. only way you can touch me is my children. So, so he did with my kids. So, and at first I'm like, God, what is going on? Like, what's going on? What you doing? This is my baby. But now I'm like during the process, I'm like, you know what? This is really an awesome test for me, because let me tell you something. I know my baby is getting better every single day. I know she's getting better. And one day she's not even gonna have them. Even if she continued to have the rest of her life, I know there's a testimony in it. But I know for a fact my baby's getting better. And I just have that feeling. So it's just like, yeah, he'll try to test you. Saying all that to say, you'll get tested in the worst way. You'll get tested in the worst way. So I'm gonna get on track. But that is still on track. But just like, you'll get tested in the worst way, because I'm like, you can't test my money, you can't test my finances, my love, you can't test none of that, because I know you already did it. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt, and you ain't got no new tricks, B. You can't test none of it. So what you test is something that you know could get to me. So be thankful in the trials. You know, the Bible talks about rejoice when you're being tried because of God. Rejoice. Be thankful in the trials. Be thankful in the trials. Because you know for a fact that you are somebody to God. You're somebody to God. So don't look at it like, oh my God, I just had my girlfriend, a girlfriend of mine. One of my girlfriends was going through so much. And like, I'm kind of a good consoler, I think. But I know that sometimes, like, after a couple sessions of consoling, I'm like, I don't know what to say no more. And I don't want to say the wrong thing. So not that I don't care. I just like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. So my girlfriend was going through something. And while she was going through it, you know, I'm just like praying to God, like, can you help her? Because like, she's really going through it. And she had just, I almost said something. I ain't going to give her away. But she just went through a lot. And, you know, she got closer with God. And, I said, now I know, you know, there was someone that prayed with her and was like, you know, you about to get tested because you made a decision to get closer to God. And not knows, like, the next day, when I say not even the next day, the same day, stuff started happening, right? So in my mind, my heart, I'm like, I really wish that she knew that she was really about to be blessed, like, after all this is over. But, you know, and she like, something amazing happened for her. So I'm really thankful for that. But anyway, so I said that to say, know that when you are going through things, baby, something great is about to happen. Don't give up. Don't give up. And even if you have bad thoughts or whatever, like, that happens. That happens. Just because you have a bad thought, you have a bad day, you have a bad week, you have a bad month, doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but doesn't mean you're not a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a bad person. You're not unlovable. You're not unlovable. If anything, the fact that you are an empath in that manner, that you are emotional in that manner, that you are able to have those feelings, makes you even more lovable. There are the greatest blessings on the other side of trial. I'm telling you, it really is. There really, really, really is. Like, that person that didn't want you, or that woman or that man that mistreated you, that abused you, that hurt you, that you gave your all to, and they just treated it like it was nothing. Forgive them. It's okay. It's okay. Forgive them and pray for them. I went through something not too long ago where I had to release someone, and it was really hard for me to do. I don't know. I honestly had to ask myself if it was pride, because I know that it was love, but because ouch, because I had put all my heart and soul into it, and it wasn't reciprocated the way I thought it should be. Um, it became a bit of a challenge, and I think that's the saleswoman in me. I was like, bet. Bet you gonna love me, like, like you get a sale, whatever. And they try to act like they trying to back out of the sale after you just sat there with them in that booth, in that office all that time. Now you want to back out. Bet. Or like you get someone that walks in for a sale, because I did timeshare. Don't judge me. I'm a good person, even though I did timeshare. I promise. I ain't do it long, but I did timeshare. And you get the people that walk in, they like, I just came for my 3-4 day vacation and I'm out. Or they like you go to them and then they like already scowling at you. Like, that was a challenge for me. I was like, oh, you don't like me? Bet I'm gonna make you like me. And I'm not gonna like you because you didn't like me, but I'm gonna make you like me. That was my mind frame. Then I've been delivered. So it was a game. So anyway, so I went through this thing where I just was like, you know what? I started off liking the person, and then I grew to love the person because of the person that I've seen. And I still think they're a great person. Don't get me wrong. They're still a really good person, but people can be good people. That's a word. People can be good people and still not be the person for you. You don't gotta hate them. You don't gotta cause drama. You don't gotta cause drama. You don't gotta hate them. Nothing. Just let them people go. But me, it went from liking to loving to kind of getting rejected in my eyes, which was this weird stage. To okay, you rejected me. All I heard was challenge. Now I'm a challenge. You know what I mean? And that was something I had to really outgrow. And this is just this new stage that I outgrew. I had to outgrow. I'm not queen. Know your worth. Even if you know your worth, don't be prideful. Because there's people that's in marriages, that's a word. Because they don't want people to think they failed. There's people in marriages that don't want people to think they failed. You hear me? There's people that are in marriages because they don't want anybody to think they failed. Or let's go deeper. It's people in marriages that because they don't want themselves. They don't want to fail themselves. But do you know, plot twist, you failed yourself when you stayed in a marriage knowing that it wasn't no good. So anyway, I'll move on because that's deep. And people don't like to touch the deep stuff. People don't want to touch the deep stuff. So, can't be prideful. You can't be prideful. You can't be prideful. You gotta know that, just hot points, can't be prideful. You gotta know that God loves you. God loves you. You gotta allow yourself to be vulnerable too. You have to. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. But know that when people talk to you, listen. Not everybody. Don't listen to everybody. When people talk to you, listen. But know that the fiery trials that you go through, on the other end of them, baby, is gold. Gold. If you only knew. I ain't even seen all of it yet. And I'm just like, this is amazing. This is amazing. No, I'm not in the house I want to be in. That's okay. No, I may not be driving my dream car. That's okay. No, I'm not married. That's okay. Nope, that's okay. Maybe I'm not making the amount of money that I want to make. That's okay. It's all okay. Be content in your lot. Whatever my lot, I'm learning to say, it is well, it is well in my soul. We gotta say it's well in our soul. Be happy. Nope, I am not where I want to be. But I'm on my way there and I know it's coming. And maybe what I want, message, that's a word. Maybe what I want is not what God wants. Because He wants more. So, this was a giant ramble. And I don't care. I'm still going to post it. Boop. I'm still going to post it. It was a giant ramble, but it was a bunch of gems. If not for you, for me. I told y'all, Bedroom Chronicles, y'all part of Ray's Diary. And I'm just like so thankful right now. I'm so thankful because I see good things in my future. I know they coming. So I could smile. Yep. I'm thankful, y'all. And you be thankful too and know that whatever you're going through, baby, it's going to be okay. Love and light.